Try.
Now there's the Isle of Roux, where no one can tell us what to do. Hi.
Hey. Sorry. Oh, what is this? That's scary. 77,000 views for what? On the last 28 days. We're expanding. Right?
Yeah. Yay! Sorry, there's a lot.
Hey, can I just say, I waited 10 years for my TEDx to cross over 10,000 people watched.
I'm really proud of you. I'm really grateful to all our friends.
And 20,000 people watched our broadcast 2 weeks ago, and 17,000.
18,000.
Is that new?
Yeah.
18,000 people watched.
Last week.
Is it number 54?
This week is, yeah.
Isn't that nice? I'm going to pin it to the top.
This is number 54. We'll start with the land acknowledgement, and then we'll have some time to chat and make artwork. Oh yeah, he always had the big top hat.
Yeah.
The Creator gifted us with this land that we are blessed to share and care for together. We acknowledge that the land we gather on Mohkinstsis is the ancestral territory of the Siksika, Sitapi, the Siksika, the Gaina, the Piikani, and the Amska Piikani. We acknowledge all First Nations and Métis of Treaty 7 lands, the Tsuut'ina, the Ithkabi, which includes Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Goodstoney. We commit to advancing reconciliation guided by truth, respecting treaty laws, and humbly walking alongside First Nations, Métis, and Inuit. We recognize all who live, work, play, and make art on these lands and who now call this place home. We are very grateful to be here tonight. Hi, Scott. I was just messaging. That was that wasn't Sandra, that was Shannon.
Shannon, tell me you like my hat.
That was you're asking about who that was on the messaging.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was like, what is this? And I said, oh sorry, that's our link to the live feed.
Oh.
It was Shannon asking, how are you?
Which Shannon?
She teaches science in my school.
Oh, Shannon. I worked with a Shannon, and I would always say to her, Shannon, tell me you like my hat.
And then Shannon...
Because it was from... Oh, you've never seen it far away?
Yes.
Oh, we have.
Because there was a Shannon that, kept us open pretty much during COVID.
Yeah. I kept yelling.
And she was a nurse, Shannon, and you went, Shannon! And then I didn't know where it was from, so then we watched the show.
Did we watch the whole thing?
However, we could have still been drinking, because I don't remember how it finished, but I remember that scene.
Finished with you and me making out on the couch. That's how it finished.
That's how it happens, yeah. So, there we go. And the hat really makes sense today.
Yeah.
Should I add you and Kelly to the stage?
No.
No. I just removed. Add, remove.
Okay, so I got a microphone down. You can try me now.
Yay. And Kelly's here too.
Okay. Hey.
Hey.
What's that from? Where did
Hi.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Good. Started my low fiber diet for my colonoscopy for next week.
That is so awesome.
I'm so glad that my face wasn't on screen for that one. 'Cause sometimes I think to myself, I wonder what face I just made. And I looked up and I'm like, just my shoulder.
Oh man, Kelly.
Tell me more about your colonoscopy, please.
You have to eat, I'm eating rice cakes right now.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then you, for 4 days, you eat a low fiber diet. And then on the 5th day, you go onto a liquid diet.
Right.
And then you get to drink 4 liters of this stuff that cleans you out.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up.
You know what I used to do?
It's not pleasant.
Number 40, faux sauté. Tastes great. Gives you 20 minutes to get somewhere safe.
Yep. No, it doesn't taste great. Apparently it tastes bad.
Faux sauté.
No,
40.
he was talking about his approach was the number 40 at this one store on Center Street. Yeah.
Are you getting up?
I was gonna get my camera
On
to
your
start.
travels.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. On your travels, could you please grab me my paints?
Yeah, I'm trying to find your paint.
Oh, then you stay here and be entertaining, and I'll go find.
Okay.
Paints.
Can you
Deal?
also bring back my camera with you after?
Yeah. Which one?
The one in my.
How about both?
Well, yeah, both, but Leica first.
How many cameras does a woman need?
All of
4.
Oh,
Tell them the story about this camera and get in front of my seat there and do all the talking.
well,
I'm getting it.
here's a funny
You're not the
thing.
boss of me.
I will be doing all of the talking
Next week
because
Rich is abandoning you.
Rich is abandoning me.
It's actually, people probably like it better without me.
He's going to be going to one of the first quad meets of the season because
Because I'm a jock.
because he's kind.
Bro, you can lift, bro.
And he supports people when I say, you should have boundaries. Think of Jessie at home by herself.
Did I say 2 things?
Yes.
I thought you said bingo, Jessie, which I like. We have a bingo! And,
That will never get not funny.
yeah, right? So much worse than you think. Your camera doesn't exist anymore. Like, it literally...
My camera's beside you in my bag, hanging up. Left, right. Right, turn right. Keep turning right.
You're right. It's right here. This does not seem sustainable. This balancing act that is your camera.
It's like my life.
It's no. Give you one job. Put your hands over here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I need scissors. Oh, there are
I'll get you
scissors.
scissors.
I got.
Okay, and then
Okay, so while Rich looks for his
paints.
paints, I'm going to load my camera.
I was also thinking of showing some of your photos today.
Oh, that's so nice. So, I'm gonna do.
We have such a small, I'll say studio, but I mean apartment. And
There.
It's crazy to me that I lose things here. And also, the paints are right here in my paint locker.
That happened twice today.
The lady at the hospital today gave me like instructions to get to the x-rays.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, you just go down this way and then you turn that way. And I was like, I don't know what you're saying. She's like, I'll walk with you. And she was a doctor. The doctor took time to walk with me.
I'll go.
And I needed to go. No, keep standing up in a few minutes.
Okay. The doctor?
Yeah.
That's so cute. Oh, I see.
Just gonna check these because I'm
Wow.
cavalier.
That is very cute.
Isn't it?
Yes, because Rich spent the afternoon in the urgent care.
Dislocated.
In the urgent care center.
I did dislocate my arm today.
What did he do in urgent care? Did he fall?
No, he
No.
dislocated his
I
arm
never
again.
I was
Oh,
winding,
great.
window winding.
Yet again.
Unwound my arm.
Around my arm.
And then I yelled the F word 42 times. And then it popped back in and I could stop yelling Tell them what you're doing, Jessie.
So.
Also, look at. There you go.
I just can't do it
yeah, you
far
can.
away. Okay.
You gotta be a performer.
So it's very exciting because I have a camera that is 70 years old.
Yeah.
And the loading structure is
Loading that
different than the newer cameras. So I actually have to cut some of the leader off. And then
Yours comes out?
Yeah, this is very
That seems way easier.
important. So then you
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Are you ready for this question?
Of course.
Stop.
I'm
Do you
tired.
bend the end?
No, because it has a little slot.
Oh.
Mine has a slot.
But you can bend your end before you put it in the slot.
No, because then it wouldn't go in the slot. Look, it like feeds in.
Oh, I see.
It actually bends it for me, I guess.
I am going to get very grumpy the next time you tell me your camera's difficult to load because that looks awesome to load.
It is cool, but
mine's a little more like you get a vibe every time. That looks actually pretty like smart.
it is. It's like analog.
How is it that cameras got harder to load the film?
Okay.
You're so sexy with that camera.
And thank you.
Mm-hmm. like Forrest Gump. Do you remember when he cleaned his gun so fast? Forrest Gump, you're a goddamn genius.
So then you have to wind it. Oh,
What?
click it to advance.
Clickety clack. Are you taking a picture of the studio tonight? Pachow.
Usually I have to do 3 clickers
Why?
to get to 0.
Oh, I don't think you need to worry about that. Okay, never mind.
It just takes a long time.
You do you.
The third one might be. Okay, but
Yeah, like I think 2 is good if you want to do that. Oliver loaded 39 photos on a roll of film.
yeah, but Oliver's like talented and precise.
I try not to worry too much about like whether I get 36 photos or 25 photos. I just try and let the experience be the experience. What are you doing?
I don't know. I have it all set.
Take a picture. What do you think your light rating would be right now?
I have it at the most open I can.
But what do you think it would be? Do you have your bag? Or did I bring you the camera?
It's over there. Yeah. So there. That's one.
They're so nice at the camera store, hey?
Oh yeah, the camera store.
Light rating is we got it's so maybe like F8 and
I did F3 and a 30.
Pachow. Already. That's fun.
Oh,
Are you
that's
doing
fun.
your other camera?
Yeah, but I can go over here.
No, keep that one too. Tell them about that one. That's a half frame camera.
So this is I don't know how to load this.
That's what an adventure. Do you need another roll of film?
Mm.
Good. Put your cover in the slot on the back there.
Like this.
Yeah, just like that.
Right in the slot.
Yeah, but turn the camera so that people can see what you're doing. Hardy hard. There you go. That's actually a super nice feature. So this was my camera, only I had caveman fingers, and I killed it in 6 months. Which is why we have Leicas, right? I was like, I cannot afford in my brain. No, it's yeah, it is. You pull it. You're right. So a piece of my camera broke out. Put the camera just a little farther up. There you go. That is awesome. I am the director.
I don't have to cut this leader.
This one's pretty easy to load. Turn it the other way.
Turn this.
Okay. Isn't it strange how those aren't consistent? Like sometimes they're up and sometimes they're down.
Totally. Okay.
Pull it.
Put it.
And you just tuck it in.
Where?
Just where it goes.
Like in here?
It goes around the corner.
Or like around the whole
like that,
thing?
Yeah. Yeah. That one's pretty easy to load.
You just put it down?
Well, you put it down, you click off a button, and then you wind it. Yeah. I usually kind of guide it with my finger a bit while I'm winding. Yeah, there. Button.
So is the film very expensive?
No. Not our film.
Is it black and white or color?
Black and white.
Can I get you to hold on to that film for a second?
Yeah.
Can you pull that out? Can I get you to hold on to that for a second? I did this to you.
I just closed this one.
Oh. Here, I'll take your spot for a second. I did this to you. You know why?
Why?
I forgot that we took the battery out when we sent it in. So I sent this camera in to get fixed because I broke the advance lever. And it took the duration since the strike for it to come back. Wait, you're watching, right?
Yeah.
And so then I decided I couldn't have a camera that only lasts 6 months. And I bought a more substantial camera. And then when I got this back, they fixed it, but they fixed it with another piece of plastic. And so I was telling Jesse, I don't think I can wrap my head around having a disposable camera that's going to fall apart when I'm using it. Because I get like super attached to stuff, right?
Mhm.
Like as though an object has a soul.
He does.
And I'm actually pretty like capable with this, except for when I'm watching in the screen instead of at the thing.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been
Okay.
taking pictures, and then
Okay. So we'll put this on.
I haven't loaded the film.
I know. I'm just putting it on here so that when I wind it,
Oh, I see.
I can fire it off really fast. You put it on like on P.
P.
It was really fast. Okay. And I pull this. Ta-ta. I guess I haven't wound this in a while. Pop that baby in. Push it down. And then it just goes in here. And I usually kind of give it a there we go. Am I new at this? Hold on.
It's not catching. There's nothing to push it into?
I think maybe I just close it. That might be the way to do it. Yeah, I forgot it was that easy. And I killed a few. Okay.
That's fine.
Auto. Yeah.
Very cool.
Off. This looks like it's a. Yeah, I forgot how easy that was. I was trying too hard. It's actually a pretty fun little camera. I just, I think it's better suits you than me.
It is very sweet. I love it. So that's like the brand new toy that does half frame, and then I have my nice old one that does.
And I got this plastic Kodak. Do you want to see some of our photos? Should I show some photos, Jesse?
At the back of my book.
What would a real photographer say? They saw us on this broadcast sharing photos. Also, like how sloppy we're loading the film. Okay. Present image file. Can I do like batches? I'll try 2 at once and see what happens.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. I took out my photo book for you.
Oh, that's okay.
I can put it back.
So Robin took this one, and then I'm gonna say they need to be made into JPEGs, I think, because they came in as TIFFs, and they're not showing up. So I'll, yeah, show photos in a bit. Orientation.
I think it's great. The thing we're talking about on the ride home today morning was art is like walking into the darkness.
Yeah.
And the fearlessness that it takes to be an artist.
Yeah. You make a mark and then you got to live with the consequences.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty great thing to remember, that it's all live experimentation.
Are you going to be over there for a while?
No, I just need to do a quick pin and then I'll be over there sewing
So yes, you'll be over there for a while?
a little bit.
Okay.
Because you're painting and then I'll do this.
Whatever. I'm not I was just asking. Can you hand me my new hat?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I think it might be in the room. Oh no, I put it on the Hansa, but no, it's not on the Hansa. I just randomly decided I needed a bowler hat. And, I was talking. Oh, Theo. Sorry about that. Theo hasn't been here in a while, eh?
Yeah, I hope he was okay.
No, he just texted me for the link.
Okay.
So I randomly decided I needed a bowler hat. And I went to the hat place where they make hats for
The white hat.
the Calgary white hat. And I decided I needed and I was gonna get a hat and literally take it out to the desert and set it on fire. And I got this hat. And it's
Literally,
it's Billy the Kid's hat. They made it for Billy the Kid.
and they set it on fire.
They sure did. So this is new me.
I love that.
Yeah. I gotta be careful hats because if I push it too far back, I start to look like Ducky from Pretty in Pink. Have you seen Pretty in Pink?
No.
Oh.
But
Ducky was like John Cryer.
oh,
He was like a little. He was supposed to be. Robert Downey Jr. That's who they wanted. That's who. I forget her name. That's what other shit. Here we go. Did you grab your book? This is crazy. Send me a cloud click like on a Rumble. I bought that hat.
you were showing digital pictures.
No, you know why? Because they're TIFFs and I gotta change them. I was just experimenting. What am I showing here?
The back ones, the last ones we shot, like the under the bridge ones, maybe.
Under the boardwalk,
At the back of the.
down by the sea, on the blanket with my baby, it's where I will be. Under the boardwalk. You can really see we're learning how to use the some of these pictures out awful. Oh. Did I have a buzzer cut?
At some point.
So the more endy pictures. You takes lots of photos. Look at this thug life photo. Some of these photos make me feel so pretty.
Aww.
Not that one. Good Lord. Look, this one's like not a bad photo except for my really look like I need a shower. And I'm not getting the sunlight because I'm like, I hate sunlight. All right, so we had some pretty banging photos this week that went in. And we'll show you more later. This is my mom. Off of our Hansa Enlarger. That's something I've wanted to do for 40 years. What should I paint tonight, Jesse?
Sure.
What?
Trying to do math. Maybe.
No, that's okay. I thought you were talking to me. I have one random class by itself, a student that's in her own class that I should get to tonight. Because she kind of finished up her stuff and wanted to move forward.
Yeah.
If you could remind me.
I will remind you.
Theo,
Yo,
did you see my new hat?
the one that you just put on your head?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
I just located my shoulder,
Oh,
and
how did you do that?
I was just winding a window.
Oh,
I lost my balance earlier over Christmas break, and kind of threw my arm out of the socket, regaining my balance. It's a reoccurring injury from last year,
mm-hmm.
and so I kind of took it easy over Christmas. But tell you the truth, I've been coaching wrestling at school, and it's kind of hard on my recovering arm.
Yeah.
And I could just say, oh, it's not my problem. But the problem is, like, I'm watching the kids. I'm like, well, I'll just show you one little thing because it'll stop you from getting a broken neck. And then one other little thing. And then Jess is always like, you should just not do that. But really keeps coming down to, like, keeping the kids safe, I think. Ooh. When you do come, Jess, can you bring some water?
I can do that right now.
I have been meaning to ask, I keep forgetting, the little video collage that you made that I assume you've shown it on here on the Isle of Roux. But,
I did, yes.
Good. And anyway, is it okay if I throw it up on some of my sites?
I'll make those for you.
Okay.
They are the music on them are bought by StreamYard, and I have a what's the word? Contract with Artlist.
Okay.
In theory, you should be able to use those because I paid for it, but it's possible that if you put it up on your website, you might want to put like different music on.
No, I'll use yours, and we'll find out because I'll be giving you a credit and everything. So
okay, yeah, it makes sense to me that if I'm paying Artlist and making a product for you, you should be able to use it. But it's sometimes the algorithms are just like, this is
Well, we'll find out.
That's all. And you always have my permission to do that. And I think I just deleted it because what I do is I create them.
Yeah,
I
got it.
Send you one, keep it on my laptop for about a week.
Yep. No, I got it. Thank you.
Good. I thought you were going to ask me if I was still making other little videos.
No. Oh, well, that's a good question. Are you still making other videos?
Well, thank you for asking, Theo. I haven't been, mostly because Jess and I have been super interested in just shooting photos. But what I did do this week was I invented a new character for the show.
Oh, good.
His name is Holden.
I forgot about that.
Holden the Stick, yeah.
Holden the Stick.
And so Holden is a fella you can tell your feelings to.
Okay.
Desktop. I wonder where I put those. They could be just about anywhere. Or did I delete them?
Probably not.
I know. I created an entire folder for Holden.
That is so nice.
What do you think I called it?
Holden the Stick?
Nope. Oh, guess what it's called? Holden the Stick. Okay, I'm going to show 3 Holden the Stick videos, starting with myself. And there's a reason why I'm showing all 3. I put one on Instagram. I put one on TikTok. And we decided not to leave Felix's up on his own because what we found was holding a stick and talking to the stick brought up such an intimacy that when we were watching the video, Jess and I sort of found ourselves saying, like, this just seemed like exploitive. Like, is Felix like traumatized by the stick talk? But we invented a series of questions that were random. You randomly pull a question, and then the interviewer asks the question, and you address your response to the stick. But there's something just so deeply personal about talking to a stick that each of us kind of they're not performances, but they're interesting how deep they came out and just the randomness of what questions we landed on. You'd almost think we're setting them up as our fatal flaws. But here's the first one. This will be me. Sorry, I just got really defensive there.
His name is Holden.
Okay, this is not me. This is Felix, but he approves it. Just know that when we made this, we were all having a nice time, and I think there's like just the moment of introspectiveness where he's like, we're just like, have we gone too far? But it's all good. This was like super healthy for all of us, and we had a good experience. It's funny, like to look at Holden and the stick, you might be wondering if we're like tormenting each other in video for the sake of entertainment. The truth is, like, I would say the Holden the stick segments were super like sweet
And easier to make.
yeah, whereas like the space stuff, there's like a little more yelling, like you're sitting in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Ready? Yeah.
Talk to Holden about waiting for a feeling to arrive. Talk to Holden about being dependable.
Okay, so I guess I try to be dependable. Like, I try to be there if my friends need to talk about something, or yeah. I try to be dependable. Yeah. I want to be dependable. Sometimes I feel like I'm not very dependable, but I guess that's a thing. Yeah. Well, there was a time that my friend was talking to somebody else about their emotions, and I'm like, oh, how dare you? Yeah, that's funny. I don't know how that's not dependable. I think I feel pretty dependable.
Okay, good. Let's do a different one.
Talk to Holden about losing interest halfway through.
I can do this one. So I'm very bad. I mean, good. I mean, I do that a lot. I lose interest halfway through. Especially if it's something that I'm not super duper interested in. I can just lose interest and start doing something else.
Does that ever leave you not being dependable? Do those two things connect?
I mean, usually it's with schoolwork, but I guess it could be.
It depends on handing things in.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say about dependable is I can be dependable on the things that I can be dependable on. Not a lot of things. I don't know. Right. I don't know.
It's hard to talk about, right?
Yeah.
These questions aren't directed at you, by the way. They're just random. But they sting, hey?
Yeah.
Okay, give us an answer and then we'll stop.
I guess
You block it.
yeah.
I wasn't expecting you to have such an emotional response. Want to do one to Jesse? Okay. Jesse, come here. Let's dissect that for a second. So we had this idea. We also have a stick. We started talking to the stick. I can't remember why even.
That morning.
Yeah.
We started talking about how purpose kills play.
Right.
Can we just take a pause and say, Scott, did you read Scott's comment there?
What?
Speaking of black and white photos, I adjusted my will. I named you inheritors of the Johnny Cash framed photo. Scott.
You know, Scott, I played you like a fiddle. 10 years ago, I met you and I thought, this guy, I'm going to pretend to be his friend so I can get my hands on that photo.
Joke like
Take me out of your will and give somebody that more deserving that photo than me.
Oh my gosh.
No,
Rich talks like that when he's overwhelmed because he thinks he doesn't deserve stuff. That is very sweet of you.
No, listen, like I love you, Scott, and I swear to God, no one will cherish that. It's a Polaroid, right? It's a Polaroid of Scott with a Johnny Cash in a photo, and I will cherish that photo forever. And I am deeply, deeply honored. Is that actually in his will? That's pretty sweet.
Oh, Scott.
That is pretty sweet. That's never happened to me before. And that is the best. That's the only thing I want from anybody's will is that photo. Because I ask for it. I think we're at his house. I'm like,
we're walking.
You're going to live forever, but when you pass, can I have the Johnny Cash photo? And it was also like my way of saying, I love everything in your house.
And like, just seeing his stories, like
super cool. We've been developing our own film. Do you think I heard? No, professional photo. And you are listening. You know I'm kidding about tricking you for the photo. Okay, so we've been doing our own photography and not our own photography, but our own developing. And where's my hand? Got a Russian stopwatch. I put this on by the mic. But it's so satisfying. You hit stop and reset. I should put Scott in my will in case he outlives me. That when I'm gone, he can have my Russian stopwatch. Super satisfying.
That's a nice trait.
It's super morbid imagining whether you're going to live or not outlive your friends. Like I'm joking, not joking. It's super stressful thinking about, like, Jess and I talk about it all the time because we gave up drinking, but when one of us passes, the other one gets to drink themselves to death. So it's just going to be jazz and bourbon the last 30 years of one of our lives, or five or whatever.
I like how you say gets to, like other people that would be like really hard.
Hard what?
Like sad way to go, but we're like, I like that the phrasing gets to.
Yeah.
No, the whole thing's very funny.
It's all very poetic.
Yeah.
Scott, we love you. Thank you for
That's like really overwhelming.
Should we talk about the stick or do another one?
Wait, okay, yeah. So
I thought that I think listening to it the second time, I think what happens with the intimacy in the stick is normally when we're interviewing, we're trying to keep it light and we're bantering
and we're moving,
keep the flow.
Keeping moving.
Whereas like when you're forced to like slow down and the stick isn't pressing you for information, you just sort of like, because the actual video that we did with Felix, it was like, in his case, it's more like watching him engage that way was so hard to let go of. Like, I could tell he was struggling, but he wasn't suffering.
Yeah.
But I could tell he was struggling, and I knew he wanted to answer, so I just let the camera go.
Yeah.
And I think that I took about 10 minutes of him just sitting there thinking out. And then I didn't want to interrupt him, but then when we watched the video, it felt super intense, didn't it?
Yes. Well, that's a big thing. And like growing up too.
But I also,
and like where he's at, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I also think there was a completely valid reason why we invented holding the stick.
We were talking about purposelessness.
No, purposelessness came afterwards. And purposelessness was so huge that it overwhelmed why we started holding the stick. There was a reason for holding the stick. And then we started talking about purposelessness. And then we started, I even spoke about purposelessness in my holding.
Oh, right.
But there was a reason why we thought talking to a stick was a good idea. And that's one of the things where you and I pursue so many huge ideas that halfway down the tunnel, sometimes we forget why we went there.
It was hard.
Okay. You don't specifically pick one for her. Jesse, you have to remember to talk to the stick, okay?
And I don't touch it because it's a being.
You can if you want.
Because it's a being.
You feel more comfortable.
Hey, Holden.
Talk to the problem stick about.
No, his name's Holden.
Oh. I'm just reading it, okay? Maybe say talk to Holden on this.
Sure.
Talk to Holden about something that feels finished but isn't.
Ouch.
Holden. I keep thinking that I'm getting through problems. I get to a point, and you can follow this like track over like 20 or 30 years in my journals where it's like, yeah, I made it over this thing, or I dealt with this, and then I learned something new about myself, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know anything, and all my stupid journals from like 30 years previous are stupid because I didn't actually know anything at all then. I know more now, and then the next day I'm like, I didn't know anything yesterday. And so I feel like growth and learning is a pretty great thing that you think. You feel you achieve something, and then the next day you're like, I know nothing. And then I'm starting to realize that like quote that I always tell the kids about is like, Matisse was like 90, and he said, I think I'm getting somewhere, when he was like on his deathbed. And I, yeah.
That's about the right amount of time. Perfect. How'd that feel talking to a stick?
Really good. It's really beautiful.
Come grab the camera. I think whatever we thought we were doing Holden for, it comes down to Holden is about listening, right?
Yeah.
It's the urge, because for interviewing, we've really we managed to save those moments by interrupting, and I think through the holding the stick, we've gotten better at being good listeners. Like you have to fill the space because it's just you and a stick.
And it's a different space than Dead Kevin occupies.
They all are, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is a great perspective.
Talk to Holden about something that feels finished but isn't.
So that one struck me when you were doing it because I'm working really hard on letting go of trying to get somewhere. So this is what we spent all morning talking about, is that the gorilla house had to have purpose, and it had to have a mandate, and it had to have a very strong structure. And out of respect, we carried that structure into the Rumble House, and then out of habit, we built the structure for the Isle of Roux. But as I let go of that control, it all becomes kind of more meaningful. And I've needed to create a structure to remind myself to stop trying to structure everything, to try and let things become. I haven't let it go yet. I haven't let go of that control, but we're working on the difference between purposeless and purposeless. And before this thing becomes purposeless, we're going to try and make it purposeless without a direct purpose. Does that make sense? It's funny because when I'm looking at the stick, I feel super bashful about looking to the camera. But I also want to say goodbye to the camera. Is that weird?
No, it's interesting.
We're done. You hit stop?
I don't.
Frozen. Frozen in time. Yeah,
Those were pretty strong, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. Yeah.
they
Thanks,
they
Theo.
required some like vulnerability.
Well, they come across as very personal.
And we're talking to sticks.
Yeah.
So one of the things we found was with puppets, when we were interviewing other people, we really they were able to open up with the puppets,
Yeah.
but with ourselves, and as much performing as we do, the stick talks ended up being really like, I don't say deep, but personal.
Yeah.
But Theo, are they uncomfortably personal?
I don't think so.
Good, thank you.
Of course, I'm not the most sensitive person in the world, but there was a frisson, we'll call it, of uncomfortableness, which I think makes it all the more justifiable what you're doing.
Yeah.
Thank you. I like that. Yeah, because like art makes people uncomfortable. And,
You make a mark and then you have to live with it.
and you have to live with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that.
That's my new art philosophy, is that the thing about art making is nobody's going to give you instructions, and you take this risk, you put a mark down, and then you got to deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
And I think that fits with a lot of different things. I also had a huge revelation this morning
Mhm.
when I realized, like, I'm on my particular branch of the spectrum. I have this condition where I can't lie, and obviously human beings have to lie sometimes. You know, your mom shaves your head and she goes, "This is look okay," and you go, "Yeah, sure, it's great." But I realized the reason that I'm so fastidious about not lying is that it kills me when I'm doubted. Like, if I'm being doubted, I feel like I'm going to start losing my mind. And so my friends wanted to stay and watch an extra movie at the theater when I was a kid.
Mhm.
And I wasn't afraid of getting caught so much as the idea of the usher finding us and asking us if we had paid. I felt like, especially if I was wrong, it would be excruciating to be accused of cheating,
Mhm.
because that's why I didn't cheat, was because I was just so, I needed people to believe in me. I also
Yeah.
hate April Fool's Day for the same reason. I absolutely hate when we play pranks on each other, and the gist of almost every prank is that who's that?
We're just gonna add Kelly back on this.
Oh, did I delete Kelly?
She might have just bumped out.
Ah.
It's okay.
But I hate when the crutch of each joke during
April Fool.
April Fool's is to
You trusted me.
take advantage of people's trust. Like, it's funny because I made a fool of you because you believed in me. That drives me nuts. What should I draw? I would like to try and draw the beast I saw on the road the other day.
Oh my gosh, yes, that's a great idea.
The reason for that is I was driving home. I did like a Starsky and Hutch power slide in my Volkswagen. Did like an S loop, almost like a wipeout.
Sorry, is it irritating? So.
I don't know if people can hear us, but I think they can hear you. You have a more powerful voice than me.
No, I meant this.
No, I know. I think if I tell this story
Yeah.
and then I paint and you start talking while you're sewing, it'd be perfect.
Oh, I
don't.
understand. what you're
I
saying.
can hear you over the thing.
Yeah.
I can't hear myself over the thing. Kind of like when I had the headphones on.
Yeah.
So it's not you. It's
Mhm.
me. I can't. But just let me tell this one story.
No,
and
that's good.
I'll shut up.
No,
You talk
I
it.
don't want you to shut up.
But I pulled the cat. Now, what I didn't tell Jesse probably until right now is that this beast was moving in slow motion. Right? It's not like a deer bolted into the street and I almost hit it. It was like a deer sauntered into the street, like the duck that I killed, and it was just waggling its ass at me like, I don't care, I don't give a and I saw it, but I didn't perceive it. First of all, because it was very gray and the road was gray and there's all the gravel on the road and the grass was gray and the fence was gray. So it was very well blended into the street, and it was also moving super smoothly. The smoothness of its movements lulled me into not seeing it. And I saw it at the last second and just pulled like a double stomp on the brakes and skidded to a stop. And there was a lady on the side of the street that looked at me like, how could you possibly miss that thing? But it was like my brain didn't believe it was there.
Yeah.
But it also didn't look like any kind of deer I've ever seen. From my Volkswagen vantage point, it looked like it was 20 feet tall with a tree on its head. And I tried to do some research to find on the internet what kind of deer or elk live near Cochrane. And it might have been a mule deer, only it was just so big. Like it was like a giraffe with a big stick on its head. And so I'm going to try and draw the deer.
I love that.
I was telling some of my students in class, and they were convinced it was a skinwalker. But I'm going to try and draw the deer next. And then you talk your face off while you're sewing, and I'm going to zone out. Does that work?
Oh, the talking my face off doesn't.
We have to do
Yes.
some talking.
Yeah.
Unless Kelly's got something to tell us. Kelly, got something to tell us?
Nope.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you think embroidery is a little quieter on that?
Oh,
We had this amazing idea that you were going to do some sewing on the broadcast. A, we can't see the machine. B, we can't hear anything but the machine. But is it possible that if you did like some embroideries, it might be like quieter?
If I put this away in embroidery?
Does that work for you?
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
I'm thinking logistically for the show,
Yeah.
not trying to be bossy. That
Oh,
was
no.
super bossy.
I was no. I was wondering, like, I was thinking about doing this last week, and
Yeah.
I was like, then I didn't get a chance at all to sit and.
It is
sew
handy when we get like
Felix's-
work done that we have to do during
yeah,
the show.
because it's Felix's
But it
curtain.
shouldn't be at the expense of like how interesting your making is.
That
So I'm trying to
is
up
fair.
your.
I'll finish my Capricorn embroidery.
Oh, so the other talk about the purposelessness was I did some soul searching and some restructuring, and I decided based on where I'm headed right now that a lot of what I'm doing is starting to become more for me. And I feel more and more comfortable with the idea that I needed Rumble House to be a thing. And then now I don't. So now I have an opportunity to just, even with this broadcast, to not care if people watch it and just do my own thing.
And make art with our friends.
Yeah. And so I was at the point where I was like, I'm not even going to look to see if people are watching anymore. And I felt this huge, gigantic sense of relief that no matter what we do now, right now, we're currently just building this thing for us. People watch great. If they don't watch, fine. But then we hit like 23,000 views that week. And it was like, that's huge. And like, I'm trying not to care. We hit 18 the week after. Are you putting that away?
I have to move it.
Oh, or just to get out. Don't put it away, though. I love your idea. Okay. I'm going to type in Skinwalker and see if that looks more like the thing I saw. It was a giant deer. No. Mule deer?
Wapiti?
How big do you think a mule deer is, Theo?
I don't know. The biggest thing that I've ever seen deer like is a wapiti. Saw it in Banff. And
What's
it
it
was,
called?
You know, and I don't know what other words are used for it. Maybe mule deer. I don't know. But,
Can you say the word again slowly?
wapiti.
Wonkati?
Wapiti. Wapiti.
Gotcha. I keep failing the I am a robot test. Why is that funny to you?
When the robots don't let you in because they think you're a robot.
Yeah. It was just sauntering. All right. I don't see anything that looks like that. How do you spell Wampity?
Wapiti?
Yeah.
Whiskey Alpha Papa,
Yeah.
India,
Yeah.
Tango, India.
Right. It wasn't that, although it looks a little bit like this. Maybe that's what it was. Actually, it looks a lot like that. What's this? Where's my camera? Can you see it?
Yeah, I have no idea. They all look the same to me, except, big or small.
It was a very giraffe-like creature. Yeah, that looks way more like it than all the other stuff. Are they prehistoric?
No, they're just native to this neck of the woods.
I guess Cochrane's not that far from Banff.
No, it isn't. No, that's totally the range that I would expect to bump into one.
If it gives me that stupid find which one is a bus.
Yeah, don't you love those things?
Yeah. Okay. It was great. It was giant.
Oh. Who else has been super affected by the Chinook and have migraines every day? Me.
Yeah, pretty wild temperatures, eh?
Yeah, it's insane.
That's great. It starts with an earthquake, birds and airplanes.
An airplane. It's not
Can you, when I'm doing that, let me know if I'm like tucking my chin away like Forrest Gump? Next time?
I don't think. There's people.
I could sit with better posture. That's the thing. Yeah, it just moved so slowly that it was almost like I just didn't see it. And there was no excuse for me to getting that close to this animal. And there was a lady walking on the street that saw me do this giant skid. And then she must have thought, like, how did you not see that thing? Like, are you drunk? Maybe she thought I was drunk. And I just couldn't believe my brain was rejecting its existence. Also, as kids in my homeroom, one day when I drew a deer at Rumble House, saw one of the deers I drew, and they were like discussing what kind of deer it was based on the shape of the horns. I'm like, dude, like I make up horns the same way I make up branches. Those aren't real horns. And I'm like, no, I think you got it right. And they were like so adamant that one was sure it was this kind of deer and the other thought it was that kind of deer. And now I have so much anxiety about like whether the people that like animals are going to look at my deer and be like counting the bumps on the deer antlers.
The pressure, it's too much, Rich.
Those little things can really like break you, like it's like Johnny Fever when he realized people were listening to the WKRP and he froze. Johnny Fever's been such a big part of my life. I was talking about movies that one of my kids at class should watch. And the student's really kind of groovy and likes 90s films and stuff, but has never seen Pump Up the Volume. And so I was quite pleased to tell them about Pump Up the Volume. And then at the same time, during attendance, I often ask them like silly questions. And this person's silly question was, what do you do after high school? Their answer was, want to be a radio broadcaster. And then I remembered I was recommending 90s films. And in my list of 90s films was, please watch Pump Up the Volume. But then when I realized they wanted to be a radio broadcaster, I doubled down on that suggestion. Said, you need to watch. I'm going to guess you have not seen Pump Up the Volume.
No, I haven't.
It was a teenager film, and you would have been fully formed.
There you go. Well, you mentioned 16 Candles. I have seen that.
You had to, or
No, I have seen that back when it came out.
did you have to see it, or how did you end up seeing that?
I was with my buddy Terry, and we saw it. I think it might have been what do you call it? Videotape.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies I saw because I had a sister that were unavoidable. You know, like even when that film came out, I didn't like the way they were treating people. That was kind of a theme to the John Hughes films. And then looking back on it now, I don't know, you probably haven't seen it lately, but it's almost unwatchable now.
No, I definitely can say that I saw it shortly after it came out in the 80s.
Yeah. Like some of the yucks, some of the ha-has are like, would be Me Too movement now.
Yeah.
I love this ink that I made has goo at the bottom and like water at the top. And I can get like such a variety of marks out of
The goo and the water.
depending on how it's deep I go.
Yep. Yeah, I had to clean my my ink jar out because it was getting so gooey. It wasn't flowing off my pen nib.
What pen do you use?
What pen do I use?
Yeah, or is that not an issue?
No, I got all kinds. Basically they're nibs, various sizes nibs that you dip in.
Is there a brand that you're loyal to?
No. I just look for, I want thin, I want thinner, I want thicker. So it's as I get to thicker, I start using Speedball rounds.
Speedball is a great brand. What do you think? What country is Speedball from?
US.
Yeah.
It's a US thing. Yep.
And do you like the Stedler products?
Beats me. Because everything else that I've got, let's see what this one is. This one is Hunt.
Hunt is amazing. Yes.
Extra fine.
I support this pen. I have a problem. I'm blasting through these, but I think these are $5 a piece for paper.
They're beautiful.
Talk me out of it, though.
Why would I?
I don't know. Which one of us is going to be the responsible one this week?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Stopping you painting is not responsible.
Oh, I could use cheaper paper.
There's that
Nah,
thing is there.
the good stuff now. You'll have to try harder than that.
Why
to stop
wouldn't
me.
you use nice indigo on your nice paper? Why wouldn't you do that?
That's true. Well, because again, I don't really want to do anything with this paper anymore. I like to draw.
Look how beautiful
But,
that is.
I don't want to sell any more paintings. I like the way that the water pulls the ink. And
It's so beautiful.
that's my skinwalker.
That is so stunning, Rich.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Alrighty.
A fine woodland creature.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
Oh. I love what you're doing. I'm not gonna. I thought you were gonna do some. See that there? The
That's on that machine.
Yeah, but I was
It's
supposed to ask
louder.
you. I was gonna ask if it
It's
was.
the same loudness.
I thought if you're doing like art with it, it might be quieter.
No, it's just doing stitches. And
Gotcha.
it's quiet, but it's
Okay.
not that quiet. Like
Okay.
it's yeah. Sorry, I didn't understand what you meant.
That's fine. I feel like I ruined the evening now.
Why? No.
I'm gonna have 10 seconds of suckiness. Good.
Good. Done.
No, I'm done. Probably not. Probably not done being sucky.
You're really cute.
Should I wear my hat? I'm worried if I keep popping my arm out that I'll get out of the habit of using it altogether. Like, oh, don't reach for that. I could. Hidey, hidey, hidey,
Such a
hidey.
nice hat.
Holy, 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 ho. I love this hat.
That's good. Hat.
The new me.
Did you look at the Billy the Kid trailer? Did you see it?
No.
It would be
Yeah, the
fun
hat
to
I
look-
got was made for the TV show Billy the Kid. Is it a TV show or a movie?
TV show, I think. They were shot here.
Is it like on cable or how do you watch things like that?
I thought you said it was on Prime. You were looking at it.
You don't think I said it was on Prime because I know nothing about that.
Netflix.
I don't think I know anything about that. I just saw it was shot in Calgary.
Why do I think I heard you?
Because I am the prime man in your life.
I am delusional.
Because you wanted to Netflix and chill.
Always.
Let's turn the screen off.
Don't be weird. Don't be weird.
Like that I'm weird.
I know.
My weirdest move right now when I'm like trying to shake up a room, I was like, Jesse, show me your tooth.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, the goodness gracious. The arm is stiffening up a bit.
Do you want ice?
No. Yeah. So I one thing I really don't want to do with my life right now is any kind of realism. Just not in the mood.
Just fun magic.
Mm-hmm.
This is the place to do that on the Isle of Roux.
Yeah. Where's my photo book?
Here.
Is it nearby?
I think so.
All right. Same story as before. You and I have always shot photos as a tool to make drawings and paintings. And then lately, I've been shooting photos purely for the sake of photos. But they're actually pretty fun to draw, which is not really what I had intended. But some of these I want to print. So feeling cautious about like exploiting the image too much before I turn it into a larger print.
That's interesting.
Yeah, no, I have like weird things like when I get a new record and it comes with a download code,
Mhm.
I don't want to like lower the value of that song by putting it on my phone. And I know that that's irrational. I know that's like a weird thing to say, but I feel like it like dirties my music by turning it into something I can listen to on the way to work. And then also like, I don't want to go as far as saying like I dirty the negative by drawing it, but I do feel like I'm really excited about photo right now. And I feel like, for instance, this photo, which I quite like, might just seem really familiar if I draw it when I turn. This is just printed off of our our Canon selfie. They're super archival, that selfie. Like you get really good archival photos. But will I use a pencil? Madness, pure madness. I think I will. No. Do you have any bias about pencils?
No, I love pencils.
Oh yeah. See, to me, and this is I know this is like Mark. Mark is an artist we respect, and I would never judge Mark. But Mark likes to work with what's that transparency stuff? Mylar.
Vellum?
Vellum and Mylar. I don't like to work with Vellum and Mylar because I feel like the possibility that that somebody who's, I don't care if people trace or not, but what's communicated to me when I see Vellum and Mylar, things that are the tools you would use for tracing if you're, say, working with a kid that was learning how to draw for the first time and they were going to get some positive feedback by tracing, I'd put them on the Mylar and Vellum, and so then I have an association with that material and that activity. So like right now when I'm making art, I'm really trying to detach from the viewer, right? And it's the opposite of where I was going for the last 12 years. For the last 12 years, we were really pushing at making the art making and the viewer connected, right?
Mm-hmm.
Considering what the viewer sees and accommodating for what the viewer sees and really cherishing that interaction between the viewer and the artist.
Mm-hmm.
And then right now, I don't want to have any ties to expectations other than what I'm working on when I'm working on it, which sounds selfish, but I want to be selfish in art for a little while because we had a really huge opportunity to be generous with our time and our materials and our souls. And I'm glad for that time we spent sharing, but I also want to spend some time not sharing for the sake, for not for the sake of gluttony, but for the sake of not sharing. Like I want to just do some work that's got nothing to do with anybody but me. That is a weird thing to say while you're broadcasting yourself painting, right? But I'm working on it like a period of where what we do right now has a different meaning than what we did before. And a lot of what I'm interested in right now is like the authenticity of just not trying to please anybody. And not necessarily trying to upset people. That comes naturally, really. But just not trying to please anybody. Not trying to. When you're selling your artwork, especially if you're making a living off of it, and in our cases, we weren't making a living off it, but what we did need to do is make rent for the gallery so that other people could make money off their art. And when that happens, you lose the freedom to, some nights I felt like painting. Like one night when I was working on my book, I felt like painting myself throwing up. Nobody's going to hang that in their kitchen. And if I need to make rent that month, I can't paint something grotesque because I needed a piece to sell that night. So right now I'm strictly trying to paint whatever I feel like painting in that moment and not giving in to any temptation to make pleasing art. Which sounds exactly what you'd say if you felt like your work wasn't very pleasing at any given time. Like maybe just losing it, making lots of excuses, but I don't think that's what I'm doing. Could be.
Yeah.
Could be what I'm doing though. Also, kind of near the end of school this year, I sent the kids out into the hallways and let them draw whatever they want, so long as they're doing like 3D renderings of the school. And it worked super well in context of being near the end of the program because they're like, especially grade 12s, having a deep resonance with the space and the loss of that space, so that the painting of the building that they're about to graduate, they're not graduating right away, they got half a year left, but they're about to move into quarter 3, and then you're in quarter 4 pretty quick, and then you have to sign in to come visit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I often have the conversation with them about how it sucks that they become super interesting right before they leave. However, I opened up a little bit today, and I was just chatting with them about life. And one of my kids said, "Man, it sucks that you just became interesting right before we leave." And I'd never even considered that side of it. Like, oh, obviously you would think that. So we're sort of detaching right now. And at the same time, I think there's a real cherished nostalgia already about painting those hallways, which was nice. Reminding me, in February, there's an open house that I need to start thinking about. That was the other date that I needed to look at.
You also have a meeting on the 27th to discuss it.
Yeah, that's the CT meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that before or after school?
It's
Or during?
they tell me it's during a PD
Oh,
or something. Are we having PDs coming up?
I have parent teacher.
Oh, maybe that's
Yeah.
when it is. Also, am I in Vancouver that week? I can't
No, that's January.
I cannot keep
You're
track.
okay. No, you're okay.
Kevin said we're like a month away from that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing I wanted to do is I
2
can.
months. He's getting a little.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a month and a half.
It's a long time away.
Month and a half.
Don't worry about it.
We're
Yep.
not even to the end of January yet, and it's at the end of February you're leaving. So
Okay.
you're okay.
Leaving you.
Wrestling tournaments in Vancouver.
We got to grow apart, and then we're going to grow together. I can tell already that I'm not going to choose this picture to enlarge. Isn't that funny? It's not that I dirtied it by drawing. It's just that like it was pretty fresh. Maybe one of the things I really love about photography is the with the paintings, there is room to kind of subvert reality and create your own space.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we're moving from, because I always my whole life thought about moving from photos to paintings, and now that I'm thinking about moving from paintings to photos, there's an unavoidable reel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm painting a photo and I want to move a car to the other side of the painting, or if I don't want to put the car in, if I want to leave parts in or out, or simplify certain areas, that's all so easy for me. So I don't have to worry about composition in my photos if I'm taking photos to make a painting. But the commitment to truth in the photos is really where my brain's at right now. And it's so funny because right now it's harder for me to shoot a good photo, way harder than to make a painting. And so that's why they're so exciting to me. But like I was saying before, like throughout my whole life, if I was sculpting, I sort of felt like I was wasting my time and I should be painting. And then when I was painting, I feel like I was wasting my time and should be sculpting. And if I was drawing, like there's just a loop of like disappointment. Like I always feel like I should be doing something harder. And whatever I'm working on doesn't seem like a big enough challenge or important enough. Like, oh, especially if I see one of my friends doing it. Like if we're working in charcoals, my friends working in oils, I suddenly feel like, oh, all I did was charcoals. But then I might be working in oils, my friends are working in charcoals, and it's not competitiveness. It's just a sense of like I feel like I let myself down by not pushing hard enough, right? And the way charcoals would feel too easy compared to oil paints would be probably to do with the mess and the amount of time invested. Like you can whip something out in charcoals, and then to flip that when I'm working in oils and my friends are working in charcoals, I'm like, oh man, like I have the advantage of these colors and these pigments and all this excitement, and I should be doing something with a more limited, just black and white. That would really, that's where all the, you know what I mean? Like my ability to diminish whatever I'm doing is almost infinite. It happened actually tonight. I was looking at this thinking, I went and got the nice expensive paper. I saw my blue indigo. As much as I say I don't feel like painting, I immediately felt like, oh, I'd really like to do some blue paintings. And so I was going to force myself to do some color. Is it a cop out because I am using color? Is it a cop out when I'm not using color? Like I'm always feeling so negative about what I'm doing.
That is too bad because what you do is beautiful.
It was neat. It was also neat, like when we pound out the negative rolls, and I look as my photos coming out, I'm like, oh, that's really good. It's like, oh, that's really good. And then I see yours, I'm like, ooh, Jesse's are so much better than mine. And she's got an older camera than me, and what am I doing wrong that I can't get a good photo out? I mean, I can get okay photo out, and then your photos come, and I'm like, oh, my photos are like mid. But then you start gushing about my photos, and I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about because I think yours are good and mine are mid.
Have you guys read Ansel Adams' philosophies about photographs?
Probably in art school.
Well, I vaguely remember him saying that the printing was the artistic side of the work.
I think I picked up something similar to that just recently, and it had to do with
he would play because he was almost, I don't even know if he ever did color, but I know when he always took light meter readings of things before he shot before he shot something, and he was always working in big format film, right?
Yeah.
And he'd use those readings when he started to print the photographs that are the negatives that he had taken, and he'd be using all kinds of blocking and various darkroom techniques to produce the image the way he wanted it to be.
Yeah.
As opposed to what he would have gotten if he just printed the negative, exposed it all at once and let it go.
So if you'd asked me who was one of my favorite photographers last year, I would have said he was for that reason. And then the more I started shooting, the more I'm moving away from that. I'm really interested in a guy named Gordon Winograd. And he just takes street photography, and whatever he gets out of the camera, he kind of stays true to. And so what I found is a couple things, not just am I not shooting photos the way I thought I would, but the people that I really admired and thought that I wanted to be like shifted quite quickly. And then when I was picking up my camera, I realized, first of all, I wanted to shoot differently than I expected that I would want to shoot. I also ended up with like 20 brand new photographers because they were working the way that I really want to work in. But like our friend Francis, sets up shots with such detail and such grisly accuracy that that reminds me more of making a painting. Whereas for me, right now, I'm really digging just taking photos and like refusing. Like I have some Photoshop skills from when I was a graphic designer, but I'm really refusing to fix anything or to cure anything. Jess isn't a little more linear than me, so when we're developing, she's shouting out the time while I've got my Russian stopwatch out, and but I'm wanting to vibe my way through it a little bit and really committing to suffering the darkness that comes from whatever photo I took. So right now, for what's interesting to me in the photos is not fixing things and living with my mistakes, which kind of informs what we're saying about that stick, that like trying to let go of control and just vibing through it is where I'm at right now. That probably sounds super flaky, and I apologize if it does, but that's
Well, are you, you talk about capturing the moment in the film. Is it is it critical to you in printing the negative
Yeah.
To achieve something that isn't there in the negative, except by using it as a paintbrush on the paper, by doing blocks and things like that, or is it just it's a record of a point, and you just want that record of the moment you snapped the picture?
It's never about the photo. I have zero interest in the photo when I'm done, and it's not about showing the photo or having the photo for any purpose. I've gone through phases where when I use the camera that I just gave Jessica, that's the double,
The half frame.
the half frame photo that takes two photos, it comes out in pairs. So each print has two pictures on it, and it works very well for storytelling. And that's my storytelling camera. But right now I'm stealing light, and I'm also existing completely in the dark. So there's difference. I have two cameras that do different things, and I have two different experiences depending on which camera I take out. My Leica I take outside, and I want to steal someone else's image. I don't need a person, but I want to steal from a space that I didn't touch. So I would never go and like arrange, move a pylon, or I take light meters so that I can see the photo. But I try and stick to what's there, right? Even asking Jessica to do something in the photo feels contrary. However, if I'm looking at a scene and I want a body here, I'll go, can you put yourself in the light? And then I'm hoping she puts herself where I would put her. If she doesn't put herself where I would have put her, my first response is to try and move so that I can get what I want. But if I had a specific idea, I'm really interested in how like a tree might reach around a building. I'm really interested in about, where the ski jump is on the COP or whatever it's called now.
Yep. Yep.
The wind is blasting off that cliff. The clouds on the other side of the ski have a giant projection in the shape of the ski jump and whatever lump is next to it. I love seeing how landscapes are affected by structures. But then that's the photo part, and that's like day one. And then day two, there's this moment where Jesse and I go in the bathroom and we develop negatives. And I think probably any photographer were smart enough to develop a negative. Jesse and I are each a half a person. I have no idea how she gets the film out of the can, and she has no idea how I spool it, because she's sitting next to me while I'm swearing at the spool. But I just really love the intimacy of going in the bathroom and being completely blind and doing this kind of activity where we're loading the spools. And that is filled with so much anticipation that we put it aside after the dopamine rush. And the next day we take those negatives out and we scan and scan and scan and scan with a computer, which feels like ruining the whole process, because now I'm back to using a computer again. But we scan them, and then we get a good look at the photos. If I wanted to, I could very easily open up the photos and fix them in Photoshop, but I don't.
Yeah.
Unless it's a moment that I do want to record. So sometimes I've got like family photos of birthdays, and sometimes I've got like a piece of art, right? We shot Teresa's wedding over Christmas, and Jess, Rich, Oliver, and Robin shot 200 photos, and I think 198 of them were gems, but there's no chance any one of us could have shot a wedding independently. So sometimes it is recording for the sake of having an album. Sometimes it's trying to make one singular piece of artwork. And then right now, the most exciting thing to me is after I printed off my photos, I love deleting photos that I don't need. And I really love picking out like 2 or 3 that I'm going to take to the projector next week. And then that's a totally different experience where, my hands enlarger is like Merlin, and magic is going to happen. I'm going to take whatever magic Merlin gives me, right? So I'm really kind of committed to letting the enlarger do what the enlarger wants to do, and
What
not
film size are you shooting?
35 millimeter.
Ah, okay.
And I ordered the Hansa without looking to see what size it does, and it exclusively does 35 millimeter. So that worked out lucky. And
There we go.
all the pieces I bought, I randomly ordered on impulse, and each one of them ended up being absolutely and in the wrong order. We bought the scanner we need at the center of this, at the very beginning of this journey, and immediately I found out I didn't really need it. And then I bought all these other little pieces, thinking, oh, that was kind of a waste. And then they become absolutely like, oh, where's my lens? And then so I might have what could have cost me $20,000 if I had followed the proper etiquette, but I just impulsively got a feeling about this one enlarger and ordered it. And I think we bought everything we needed, and we're gifted a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
In total, I think we spent about 2 months rent on an entire dark room set up with multiple cameras and the film we're spending, but we're also staying sober and happy. So that's probably way more answer than you wanted, by the way. But
No, that's good.
One of the photographers I was reading about was talking about the photo being like the script and the printing being the performance. And I really liked how that sounded.
Yep.
And I want to trust the actor. So right now, my performance, the actor is the Hansa enlarger and the chemicals and the quality of the chemicals. And then in the near future, I might try. I'm never going to be like dabbing or blotting or doing any of this stuff. All the stuff that I had to do in Photoshop for the last 30 years, I don't want to do with my camera.
Understandable.
And I love smudges. I love little hairs getting on the negatives. I love the flaws of it. And I love the trying to get the photo right and then trying to commit to whatever like mistakes. Like I said with painting, I put a mark down and then I got to deal with the consequences. And with photography, I like taking a photo, and then the production side of it, I want to be me taking a responsibility for my judgment during that photo. I don't want there to be any dodging or crafting or cleaning up. I just want it to be like, I want dirty photos, but not dirty photos.
I know.
Dirty photos. That was a lot about me. I'm really sorry. Like I. But I got excited there for a second.
Hey, perfectly all right.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to try and force myself to develop that one. Enlarge that one. So that I don't feel like I can't draw something and enlarge it. You know what I mean?
And then you'll see the differences and see.
I love that we're shooting photos as a family. I love seeing what Jesse shoots versus what Felix shoots. Jesse tends to shoot spaces, and I always build structures, even if they're human structures, even if they're bodies. We both tend to shoot into shadows. We shoot color and black and white because we can still develop the color at like London Drugs, and kind of developed a sub-family at London Drugs of workers that try and meet our half-frame needs, and had to kind of break up with them when we got our enlarger. Like, we won't be in as much anymore because we're going to do it by ourselves.
They're supportive.
Yeah, for sure. The chaos when we go into the camera store. We're like, there must be people that get really manic and start buying all the photo stuff, and then wait. Okay. This is a good one. Did I draw the last one? I did not. Theo, if it comes up, do you want to do any voices in my new book?
Sure. if you think I got a voice that can do the job for you, yeah.
You would have a good voice for Russ.
Okay. I can't remember who Russ is. I've read your book, but you know, I have that thing about as soon as I finish reading a book, I completely forget everything that's in it.
Russ is
So
the guy.
useful.
He throws snowballs at his house and they become friends. The old guy.
Right. Yes. The old guy. Yes, I'm perfect for that.
Russ the reader.
Yeah.
Did you ever read Ray Bradbury?
Oh yeah. I read a few of his stuff when I was pre-teen from the library. They blew my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ray Bradbury, I think helped form my my moral compass, as it were. I remember totally getting Fahrenheit 451 when I was about 14 or so.
Yeah.
And then I'm just trying to remember titles of other things. There was the Martian Chronicles, was it? And a few others of his. Yeah, I really enjoyed his stuff. And the other guy that formed my moral compass would be Harlan Ellison.
Yeah. Kurt Vonnegut.
Yep. Kurt was. I started reading him, I guess, a little bit late teens, early 20s, in there. And
why were the science fiction writers so careful with our morals?
Well,
Gene Roddenberry.
Yeah. There's that. Well, Roddenberry's story is just totally, an adventure tale.
His life story?
Pardon?
You mean his life story?
Yeah.
No, I know nothing about his real life.
Oh, well, I vaguely recall that he had some rather spectacular escapades during the war, doing all kinds of crazy shit. And
is that Kurt Vonnegut?
No, Kurt's story. That's Slaughterhouse 5. That was when he was a prisoner of war during the firebombing of, I think, Dresden, but I'm not sure of the city.
Okay, I gotta look into Gene Roddenberry's real life because I love Gene Roddenberry.
Yeah, he had some amazing airplane exploits in his time, and I guess that might have influenced his outlook on life for sure.
Yeah, there's a couple other pilots would be the fellow that wrote The Little Prince. And and also Roald Dahl.
Yeah,
I think Roald Dahl. And then there's another.
It is. Yeah, you're right.
Somebody else stands out that was a spy and was like an amazing writer. Roald Dahl and he were friends. Might have been Roald Dahl.
Okay.
It was Roald Dahl. But also the fellow, I never really read any James Bond, Ian Fleming, but like I know that he was also in that spy ring. I'm quite heroic, these fellas.
I read the most recent, I guess it's one of the most recent anyway, John le Carre books. And can I remember the title of it now? No, I can't.
What kind of books were they?
John le Carre is spies. Spy Who Came In From the Cold, the John Smiley series. And this last one is about one of Smiley's trusted agents having to pull back and get pulled back into the spy world to explain and justify why things were done that in which bad things happened. Good read. No real conclusion at the end of it, but just a good story arc, just the same. Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, I did the thing.
What?
It's painting off screen.
Oh. You're doing good.
I've been really enjoying Kerouac again. From sometimes you read too much of something when you're young and you need a break from it to get it to be fresh ahead. And then I must have read On the Road a number of times, and then I didn't have any idea how many Kerouac books there were. So that's been kind of a treat that I last summer discovered a whole bunch of Jack Kerouac books, and I was sort of quite thrilled to realize there was so much that I could read.
Yeah, there's an author I've never read. I've read lots about him.
Yeah.
But his stuff's, I think, too real for me.
Right.
I got what was it? And I can't remember the name of the author that did it. It was the electric Kool-Aid acid test, anyway. That was about Ken Kesey and all of his freaks traveling across America, stoned on acid and making films that nothing ever came of them.
Right.
Because everyone was too stoned to actually properly use the equipment.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, we were just reading the Annie Leibovitz book, and she was talking about that author.
Was that Hunter S. Thompson?
Was it Hunter S. Thompson? And then Merry Pranksters.
The Merry Pranksters, right.
Scott.
That was the name of the group.
So good. You guys are awesome. Yeah, Annie Leibovitz was talking about being on the road with Hunter S. Thompson, because she would shoot some of the stories that he was writing.
Yeah.
And she was writing about some of the other people she met while like taking photographs and working for Rolling Stone. That could you imagine all the people you would meet just at that like perfect time in history?
Mm-hmm.
It was like Truman Capote and
Yeah, I'm going to be curious to see what kind of literature comes out of this age.
Silent reader.
Certainly, it's certainly got a sewer full of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
The complete failure of the American ideal, I guess would be the term.
Right, that arc, we've been obsessed with the 50s and like obsessed with the mid-century moment, and then that like that's like a perfect arch because the 50s was that like epitome of like what could be, and I was
Yeah.
talking, right, like that, like all the
And
things.
right now we're living in the equivalent of the 20s.
Mhm. Yeah.
Back in the 20s,
Yeah.
where you know, greed is a good thing once again, and authoritarianism is acceptable, and all of that good stuff. Yep.
So what's the loop? 20s, 80s,
I
2025.
don't know. I don't know if there is, if we can draw we can draw parallels, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it's 100. Maybe it's 100 years to go through. But we've improved so much over that time that we can now affect the whole world as opposed to merely parts of Europe or wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we now have the power to destroy civilization as we know it. Yeah.
Stop, drop, and roll, man.
Yeah.
Duck and cover. Duck and cover.
Or like the song you guys learned on the airplane.
Bend down, stay over.
Bend down.
Stay down, bend over.
Stay down. Bend over. Stay down.
Robin and I crashed in an airplane on WestJet 25 years ago. And the stewardesses made us sing a song that went, stay down, bend over. Which Robin sang in Vancouver for our entire trip. Stay down, bend over, stay down, bend over, stay down.
It's catchy.
It had a dance, yeah.
Yeah.
I took off for a few minutes there. I had to go give Lily her anti-anxiety medication.
That's okay.
Is Lily a cat?
Lily's my cat, yes. She's only 3 years old.
Oh, my mom's cat.
She used to pee outside the box, and then we tried everything before we put her on the meds. It was the last resort, so.
She was peeing because of anxiety?
She was getting kind of beat up by her sister.
Oh, man.
So her sister's Luna. So Luna would jump on her and chase her all over the house. And
I started peeing the bed when I was getting the shit kicked out of me in Vancouver as a kid.
So
Moved
that's
from
consistent.
Edmonton to Vancouver and started wetting the bed at grade 4 or something like that. Grade 3 or 4.
Getting the
but
shit.
the anti-anxiety medication really does help her. She's gone back to her normal personality, except now when I come to bed, she's in my face and wants to be cuddled. So you actually have to put your arm around her when you fall asleep.
So she's a dog.
Yes, sort of.
Cat dog.
Very sharp nails.
Oh. Theo, how are your kitties?
They are doing really well. They've, taken over the parts of the house that I let them in. There's 2 rooms that are non-kitty areas, and BJ's really, 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 really wants to get into both of them.
Yeah, and when they do, they're going to find the bodies of all your ex-kitties.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Oh.
And yeah.
What book is that?
He's BJ's pretty persistent, and once he gets into this one room, I have to go in because I've got some of their food in there.
How old are your kittens?
Oh, they're Ozzy's 7 and going 8, and BJ's 9 going 10. I got 2 older kitties from Arcs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they their previous human had lived to the age of 90, and he passed, and they'd gone back to Arcs, and I came along saying, "Hey, you got any older kitties? Because I'm old and I don't think I can live longer than a kitten. I don't expect to be here in 20 years." But anyway, I got these 2, and they're quite beautiful. They're cats. They're typical.
Do they come in your art room and snuggle on your your lap while you're painting?
No, I don't give them that. If I'm at the if I'm on the computer though, DJ will hop up on the desk and plop himself down and occasionally try and work the keyboard and things like that.
You said
Ozzy hasn't done that yet. I don't think he's obviously not a he's not a computer cat. But yeah, they're both really nice kitties. They're completely at home. I've had both of them on my lap when I've been watching TV of some sort or another, and yeah, they get along well because they came, they'd been living with one another since they both were again, rescues, and with the elder gentleman who passed, and so they know one another, and now they're living with me, and I describe myself as another a lunatic human being that loves them for the way they are and gives them love and attention even when they don't want it. Which I just love doing. Oh, it's just so good to pick up a cat that's I don't want to be picked up. No, I don't want to be snuggled. No. Oh yeah, I'm just such an asshole that way. But then I've lived with cats all my life. I've studied with the best. So yeah.
You love to give.
Yeah, the girls are kind of like that too. One will actually, she wants me to get on the floor with her in the kitchen, and she wants me to snuggle her. It's called the stop, flop, and roll, or stop,
Oh yeah.
flop. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
BJ's.
She's the diva. She's the diva of the house.
BJ's big on you can he'll get up on me and snuggle between my legs and roll around and bury his head under my leg and all of that stuff. And yeah, he's a bit more of an attention junkie than Ozzy is. Ozzy's a little more shy. He was described as being shy when I got him, and he was for the first little bit. But yeah, no, he's perfectly happy in the house right now, and telling me what to do. When I went upstairs to get a glass of wine to come back down here, he's right there. Hey, it's kitty crack time. Hello. And I said, I had to promise him that, yeah, the next time I come up, you'll get it. Okay. Don't freak out. Yeah.
I was wondering if that functions as anti-anxiety medication.
Oh God, yes.
Kitty crack.
Oh, I thought you were talking about cats in general living with me. Yeah, they're my anti-anxiety medication.
I thought about that during COVID. We came very close to getting a cat. And then Jesse pointed out that most of our investment is in records and rugs. And maybe the cats wouldn't have problems with the records, but if they mess up our rugs, they probably.
Yeah, there you go. Whereas, I live. My house is a cat house. Just everything in the house that's cloth is a scratching surface as far as they're concerned, and I'm perfectly fine with that. They don't do wood, so that's good. The few pieces of
scratches, and it's like having your kids draw on your walls. It drives me crazy.
But it's awesome.
When like an adult doesn't understand that crayon drawing moment where the kid rebelled and put their mark on their bedroom wall was like one of the most pivotal moments of a child's life, and then they're worried about like the surface area of a bedroom. So
No, that's why I say it's a cat house, and they're free to be to do cat stuff. They knock things onto the ground. They don't do the I'm up on this table, I'll knock this glass down. They don't do that kind of stuff. They knock things down because they're klutzes. For all that cats are supposed to be
That's pretty cute.
elegant human beings. They can be, but the second that they get spooked, bang. If there's anything near them, it's being blown away.
There's something kind of
Super
unforgivable
cute.
about cats when they fall, because we just have such high expectations of them. And then they fall and you're just like disappointed.
Dude.
This is what you do: is you land on your feet, you silly beast.
So cute.
They're pretty good at that, but they do require a little bit of movement. They're not, they're not as hardwired as, say, a squirrel is at making sure that I'm going to land perfectly well, regardless of the situation.
Yeah. I haven't been drawing very much lately. I'm kind of impressed with my drawings.
They're really beautiful.
Yeah. Maybe because last week I painted, and then this week I'm drawing with paint.
Little
Well, your woodland puppy was good. Oh, that's nice.
I'll mail it to you, Theo.
Please. Thank
Did
you.
I promise you something recently and not send it?
I don't know. I can't remember. See, you're in luck with me.
You and I are a good team.
I can't remember yesterday for the most part. So no, I would love that. That'll go into a book of stuff.
Good. I should make some smaller stuff that you can mail. Yeah, that was part of the purpose listening, is that we kind of realized we had some big ideas of where we want, just like Gorilla House, and then maybe near like the beginning of Rumble House. We often started out with intentions, and then we would have to adapt and change our intentions to fit the scene.
Mm-hmm.
So I was probably going through a moment a few weeks ago when I was thinking about how can I get people to watch this broadcast?
Right.
And then it just suddenly occurred to me, like, I don't need people to watch this broadcast. They may watch it 100 years from now after they're, scooping our ashes up from the when the cockroaches come to explore what the humans did. They'll find the Isle of Roux and be entertained, maybe. But I don't need to make any effort to
have to be
right or civil or seen or anything. And
we were talking about that, like enlightenment. Like as soon as you want enlightenment, it's gone.
Yeah.
As soon as you,
if you do
let
something
go of
nice for something, hoping for something back, it doesn't come. As soon as you don't care if you get it back, you get buried in the good stuff. And right now I'm fighting to let go of wanting to have some level, maybe success is what I was chasing. And then my new experience with success is just making stuff and sharing it with you guys.
and that's success.
You're my success, Theo. Our friendship.
Mm-hmm.
That's very nice of you to say.
And
you two guys are two of the most beautiful people I know. And I'm privileged to know you.
you want to know
Very
something
lucky.
really special about what you just said? Is I was going to also thank you for sticking through with us, because there were throughout the Rumble House years, my job of being an asshole was consistent and pure, and so I figure anybody that's still my friend after all the gatekeeping and all the shit I had to do at Rumble House means a lot to me. But on top of that, I for the last 12 years assumed, okay, Rich makes this space where people can come and make art. Jess makes people comfortable in the space. Rich keeps the space safe, right?
Yeah.
But then one of our friends got pissy one night and said to me, how many people think here come to see Jessica and don't even like you? I was like, all of them. Like, I 100% thought most of the time everybody hated me and loved Jessie, and they put up with me to be near her. And I'm not bothered by that, but I am entering a phase where I'm giving myself a little bit of forgiveness and noticing how pure the friends that I kept are. And that goes for you too, Kelly, is that I'm really in a space where when people give Jess and I a compliment, I feel like I'm part of it again. Whereas like
Scott being here too with us.
They're being polite. They're being polite with we love you, Jess and Rich. And I'm like, sorry, I had to throw you out on your ass when you're drunk last week. I'm glad you're over it, but not you, Theo, but just the.
Yeah, that's something I never managed to do. I never came down to Rumble House drunk.
There's 100 people that I considered friends that I had to redirect along the way. and it was just for everybody else's safety. Like, you're having a rough night, go home and have a nap. And I would say that I know of probably 10 people that expressed hatred for me. I think they all kind of, one by one, they almost always come back and admit that, like, it was more about them than me. But I guess if I'm seeing 100 faces 10 faces that told me they hated me, there was probably 100 people that hated me, and maybe more. But I'm in the phase where it's a little bit like you're a teacher, right? And you get these kids and they come in and they act like they hate you every day. And maybe in the same way that they might tell their parents they hate you maybe once or twice a year, they actually say they hate you. And then they graduate and then they grow up. And then 5 years later, they come back and they go, you know, you're my favorite teacher. You saved my life. I'm like, oh, man, like, do you want to come and talk to my grade 9s right now? Also, like at my school, because we don't have grade 7s and 8s anymore, my grade 9s came in and they feel like my grade 7s are gentle and small, but they're also 2 years more advanced than the grade 7s I used to have. And not having any of the friction that I used to have, especially at the end of the year, the kids that you made the most contact with would become so vicious. And it wasn't because they were angry or hurt. It was that they were trying to separate from, I used to see you more than my parents for 4 months, and now there's a semester change, and I'm not going to see you anymore. And it's just easier to have a fight and go away angry than it is to go away missing people. So I remember for the first 20 years of my teaching career, I was like, why are you guys being so mean every June? And I realized it was like separation anxiety. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, just as I decided I didn't care if anybody was watching, our viewership shot up. And just as I was deciding I didn't want to paint anymore, I started finding these moments of conversations allow me to relax and feel like drawing again. And with the photography, it's just so selfish. I'm just taking photos because I'm stealing little bits of light and putting them in my book. And really trying to have as little effect on them as possible, like you asked before.
Yeah.
Those are some big feelings I'm going through right now. Plus, dislocated my shoulder.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, you're is that a result of the muscles holding it in place not being totally toned, or what? Or is it just something that happens regardless?
I think it's an imbalance between my strength and my ligaments. So what I need to do is rest my arm long enough that the ligaments unstretch, like tighten up.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will do some physio to keep the muscles holding the bone in place.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself right before I hurt my arm, I should probably really focus on not getting lazy and maintaining that training that's going to keep the. Basically, it's a matter of I gotta tighten up my ligaments again.
Mm-hmm.
I was just getting to the point where I was thinking, oh, I better not get lazy or my arm's going to pop out. My arm popped out, and then since Christmas, I keep sort of getting to the point where I think I can start doing those rubber band stretches again. And it's a combination of trying to rest and then also being really eager to start doing the physio to get my arm back to full strength. But I think really most of the times I've hurt myself have always been me hurting myself. It's never been something hurting me.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's the thing about shoulders. You get it. You have an accident in the right way, and that bone pops out.
Yeah,
and thereafter it pops out easier.
It becomes a thing you can't trust.
Yeah.
So the first thing I have to do is kind of remember. I do think though, like I'm quite grateful for it, and there's a sense of mortality that it's helping me face as well. That, like you were saying, how many kittens do you have left? And I get that. Like I get that they like when I was 20, I thought I would see every country in the world. And, now that I'm 20 times 2 and a bit, I've recognized I'm not going to see every country in the world because there just isn't time. Like how many, you start counting how many summers do I have
I
left?
think about that with the books we talk about. Do I have enough time to read all the books that I want to read?
Yeah. 100%. And then actually, to some extent, I'm kind of grateful that there's books that I put off. There's a bunch of Dickens is one of my favorite writers, and there's a bunch of Dickens novels. I haven't read Oliver Twist. Like, I know the story, of course, but I haven't read it, and it's probably on my this year reading list to read Oliver Twist. And so I'm quite excited about that there's Hemingway novels I haven't read, and I saved them for now. And I'm quite excited about Bradbury. I like quite a bit right now, and kind of lost interest in some of my favorite writers last year because, well, I quite liked Neil Gaiman, prolific, and then he kind of let me down in a way that I just didn't feel like reading his books anymore.
Yep.
So that opened up a lot of space for me to dig back into Jack Kerouac, and that's how I ended up reading Ray Bradbury and just going back and visiting some of those. And also that sense that you look at a new book, and if it's published after 2023, you wonder if it came out of a computer, So I like that, the intimacy of imagining a guy with a cigarette sitting at a typewriter with a wife beater t-shirt. What's the proper name for wife beater? That's probably tank top, better name, yeah. A tank top or one of those white undershirts. like a plain
white undershirt. Yeah, the no sleeve, the big
probably
open
some
neck.
Burl cream, maybe a pipe instead of a cigarette. Like that romantic notion of that writer's really something I'm intrigued with. And
when I go to the library now, usually it's because a book that I've put a hold on is in, but then I'll wander down the aisles, and what I do now, instead of twisting my head sideways so that I can read the titles, which is annoying as hell, I just walk down facing the books, and there's one book at the end of each row that you'll be able to see, right? The whole cover, and I just go down and if I see a title that intrigues me, or if it's something I've known about before, and now so anyway, I did that a couple of weeks ago, and I took out Franny and Zoe by J.D. Salinger.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get through it.
Oh.
It was I read the first chapter of Franny, and then I got about 5 pages into Zoe, and I just said, these people don't do anything for me.
Yeah.
And it stopped. And then another one was Colson Whitehead with Sag Harbor. And story about these young very privileged black kids spending their summer months in this part of Long Island, I guess it was. And again, I couldn't relate to it, so I just stopped. Nice writing in both of them, but oh no, my literature focus or whatever just couldn't take the stories. So
maybe it's that sense of mortality too, like that if we're not like living and breathing that book, then is it necessary?
Is there time to read books that you didn't connect with?
Yeah,
I have that feeling about the book I just wrote. Is I shared it with my librarian, and she's a very supportive reader for me. But it took her till the after Christmas to read it. She said she really liked it, but she didn't see it as marketing towards where the demographic I'd intended it to. But my thoughts are, I think the book that I just wrote is going to be completely uninteresting to most people, but really important to the people that it was written for.
That need it. Yeah.
So, like, it's not going to be a bestseller. I know that, but I think it might be a really
don't
important
say
book.
that.
For, well,
It might
it's
be-
not the point. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be,
very pivotal for the people.
first
who
of
need
all, not the book you would write if making money off a book was the book
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
expecting,
it's
but
a-
also like, I think the people that need it will be very grateful for it.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I think your book, you know, for the people that find it and it speaks to them, it will be a very pivotal book for them.
it.
Yeah.
Totally. I agree.
And I wish I had that book when I was younger.
There's a book that I wish, actually two. They were written by, I think it was Isaac Asimov,
Right.
and they weren't science fiction. They were something along the lines of the realm of numbers and the realm of algebra,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. And I hit the so-called higher math in grade 8 and promptly ran into a brick wall. I could not understand calculus. I couldn't understand geometry. They were just completely alien to me.
Mm.
And I was supposed to be a smart kid, you know. It was pretty traumatic.
Have you thought about going back and trying those things now?
Oh, well, after I'd left high school, which was 12 years or 4 years of pure torture. I hated all of it. I discovered these two books, and I at least managed to, Jesus, if I had that, I might have done a little better,
Right.
because I at least had reached a point where I could understand the concepts. They still felt alien to me, but I at least understood them.
Right.
That's important.
And I think, my brain is not designed for higher thought. That's basically how I would go with it. Those things are actually abstract thinking when you get down to it.
Mm-hmm.
And my brain doesn't seem to follow those thoughts very easily. I can kind of work with them, but no, it's again, it's just something that I appreciate that other people do really well, And,
My situation is I can't really be taught anything, and I didn't really piece that together until we taught ourselves how to do the photography, and that happened in tandem with me teaching myself the science that I had to teach the kids. Is that I really just got to knuckle down, dig in, and teach myself anything I want to know. And I feel like with the internet and books and maybe having a little bit of a budget for books, and also, I'm not going to lie, sometimes the ChatGPT I find really effective in me learning something that I would have needed a mentor for, right? So
yeah.
So
yeah, if you're, the whole concept of AI is it's overly hyped, but I mean it can be useful in all kinds of applications. I mean,
Right.
because basically it's just a gigantic friggin' database, right?
right. So yeah, like I know that like leaning on ChatGPT is probably bad for your brain.
Yep.
But I think like I also believe in having a growth mindset on everything, right? And some of my smartest friends are having very fixed mindsets on ChatGPT because there's a risk of that program replacing at least a portion of what they do and what they value. And so the threat of ChatGPT gets in the way of them having a growth mindset about it. And there's almost like there had been a community of people that almost backlash against you for having an open mind towards what might this present. And I think, Theo, it's something you and I have in common in terms of technology is we're both probably very early adopters for a lot of stuff, right?
In terms of the desktop revolution, most definitely.
Yeah. That was actually how that one book on AI came about. Was my publisher Lori was saying, this AI is going to ruin everything, and I said, well, Lori, you make a good point, but at the same time, you and I need to kind of acknowledge that we got into desktop publishing because we had the facility with the laptops when other people were using razor blades. So, not even laptops, desktops back then. But so she wrote Ascenti AI because she recognized in herself that she and I both dove heavily into computer graphics a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I find so I was saying before, Jess and I bought probably 20 grand worth of stuff for a tenth of that cost. Partly due to luck, but partly because of some speed learning I was able to do with the AI. And I think if you treat AI like a set of wheels that roll, you can put them under your butt and ride around without walking, or you can put them under your desk and treadmill when you're working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
all
of the good stuff that I've read about AI points out that, like there's this one fellow out in BC who is, I don't know, at the university level of determining higher education and basically education in general. And he talks about how AI can be used as an auxiliary learning tool. It has to come with teaching the students to basically, ask Chat GPT, to provide an answer or a thing, and then you have to go out and either prove it or disprove it.
Mm-hmm.
Forced to critically analyze everything that that you get from Chat GPT.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes perfect sense to me. And then of course the other sides of the coin is that these large, huge databases, when they're built for specific functions, like analyzing engineering or medicine or whatever, we are starting to see some things that they're finding. These programs are finding answers that would not happen as quickly or as beneficially if we didn't have access to this vast knowledge that these machines have put into them. And again, it gets back to how the individual program has been built and what its purpose is. I mean, Chat GPT is more of a general purpose. What do they call them? Large language model.
Mm-hmm.
And it can provide lots of good stuff, and it can provide lots of garbage. You can ask a Chat GPT something, and it'll send something back that sounds perfectly logical, but it's absolutely it's hallucinating.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, you can keep sharp by the critical response after. So it's like
exactly if you're using it in a proper manner, and questioning everything that it does, then you will learn to use it as a tool to help sharpen your own needs in regards to whatever it is that you're doing. Whereas if you just do it as I told Chat GPT to do this, blah blah, and it did it. Wow, just like that. That's just great.
I have a friend that's at work that's on the opposite side of the political spectrum as me, and I was trying to understand. I always spend my time trying to understand people that are different than me. So even if I don't agree with them, I try and allow the possibility that they might know something that I don't know. And so he had made a comment about the Great Orange Dumpster, and it was like, his stance was it's the wrong guy making the right decision about Venezuela. And I was like, okay, well, I really wanted to get like his take on Venezuela, because I was trying to piece together, like, I don't know how I feel about, like, this seems like there's qualities of good and bad, but like I'm distrustful because I don't like the guy that did it. I don't want him to have a win. The dumpster, not the teacher I was talking to. But I realized there was sort of like a block, and I can never really get to my question because there's so much dogma attached on both of our parts, and we're speaking different languages. But what I did was I opened up the chat. I can use ChatGPT to understand the other, right? And it's great at understanding basic thinking, right? It might not be able to add the brand newest Picasso, but it can pull from Picasso and Brock and it can't up the greatest moment from the greatest minds, but it can sure beat a lot of the dummies. And so what I did was I used a word I'd never used before, the derogatory term for liberals that would describe me, that I've been called many times, but I used a derogatory term to describe myself, and I said, pardon my French, I said, my libtard friend doesn't see how Trump invading Venezuela is just like Obama invading Liberia, I think it was. And the ChatGPT at that point, assuming that it's going to tell me what I want to hear, did its best to make an argument for me. But then it found it had to concede that those two things were not the same, right? So it wanted to blow some sunshine up my butt, but it also thought I was pretending to be somebody else. And I got to see from the vantage point of even how would ChatGPT talk to somebody that had different values than me. And I was able to dismantle and understand, how does this person think? How can this person think that this is right by imposturing somebody that would dislike me, and the temptation to go, dear ChatGPT, this Rich Teru guy's driving me nuts. Tell me he's a goofball. I don't do that because I don't want to plug that idea into the ChatGPT, right? But I do find it very useful. Even sometimes when Jess and I are confused about communication, I'm like, I'm telling my wife this, and ChatGPT's like, she probably means that, and we look at each other, like, why didn't you say that? I didn't have the words. But sometimes ChatGPT does have the words, and I'm not writing it off yet. I don't think we can get rid of it. So for me, it's a matter of getting to know it a little bit.
No, exactly. It's unless we lose all, modern communications and everything, it's here forever. I'd be curious, because I do not have ChatGPT or anything going for me. I'd be curious to ask it the questions that I would throw at it regarding Venezuela. Did America break international law when it did what it did in regards to, let's see, bombing boats in the open sea? Did it break international law? I'd be curious to know what its answer is.
Well, I tricked it into giving me that answer.
Mm-hmm.
Basically said that Obama was not a saint either, and that was actually kind of eye-opening to me.
That's right, he wasn't.
Right.
Everyone holds Obama up as a saint, and he's just the Democratic version of the oligarchy, keeping its boot on the neck of the citizens of both America and the world. There's my opinion of Mr. Obama.
I find there's a lot of guarded information I have access to. For instance, in my lifetime, all kinds of people have said to me, hey, listen, teacher, I pay your salary with my taxes, and I hadn't had a comeback prepared. This morning while I was getting ready, I asked ChatGPT, how much salary would you have to make to pay my salary with your taxes? And it would take $2.5 million a year to pay enough taxes to cover my salary, which is shocking because at that point I realized people that make $2.5 million a year are only paying about 10 to 15% taxes. And you know, you hear stories like this, but I was like, really? Like the middle class is paying, like Jess and I pay almost half of our
Yeah, what
salaries.
kind
as
of
a tax.
bracket are
And-
we
and that's
in?
what
The tax burden has been shifted to the middle class for the last 30 years.
Yeah,
Our
but
working lives. Yeah, that makes
but-
sense.
is it out of laziness or out of what is it? They give us hockey and so we live with it. But there needs to be a rebellion. And so the thing that I couldn't get ChatGPT to say when I was posing as a fascist, when I tried to get it to compare Obama and Trump, pushing it to say that those things are the same, the thing that it stumbled upon and got stuck on was the biggest difference between Obama and Trump was Obama had a proven track record of wanting to minimize disruptions and chaos.
Casualties
And so in the case where he attacked Liberia with the support of the UN, even though it was an intrusion and every bit as intrusive as Liberia, the process he did was proper, and the rest of his life showed a shit ton of evidence that was him acting in accordance with what he believed was right. The ChatGPT, even when it was trying to talk to me as a redneck fascist, had a very difficult time saying that Trump had shown any evidence that he was doing what was best for others. The biggest difference is that it had to concede that Trump seems to do what he wants for his own sake.
personal rather than.
And so really the difference between Obama's interference with Liberia and Trump's interference with Venezuela is there isn't a lifetime commitment to ideals to justify the motivations, right? And that was pretty interesting, I thought.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna run.
Yeah. It was really nice chatting with you.
It's always lovely to chat with you guys. And occasionally make some art.
Yeah, right.
So we'll see you on the flip side.
See
I
you.
think Jesse's going to sing.
Bye.
You'll see me tomorrow morning because I'll be sending you a good morning greeting. So there
Bye.
you go.
There you go.
Talk to you soon.
Have a good night, Theo. Bye.
Love you guys.
Are you
Ciao, ciao.
singing to me
Love
tonight?
you. Yes, I am.
Are you singing any chance? Are you singing?
Paul McCartney.
Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Oh, what did you want?
Is it too late to make a request?
No.
I would love it if you sang to me your birthday song. Elton John.
Look on her face was good.
It's like, what's my like?
Well, Kelly, I sang her a song on her birthday, and I am not a singer.
Oh,
Here am I.
I got you. I'm just trying to remember the words because I
Look them up.
no. What's the name of it? My blanking brain. Hold on. Oh,
Do you want some ultracal to do any sculptures?
What is it?
wait for
Ultracal. That's the stuff I was mixing on in the bowl, in the metal bowl with the flour. It looked like flour, but it's not.
It's like a plasticine.
like a,
It's like a sculpture, like a hard stone.
I'm not going to sculpt
What
with
is-
hard stone right now because I got a wounded arm. But thank you for offering. Is it more like plasticine or stone?
It's kind of like stone. I can show.
here. I got the.
So that actually, those are latex molds,
Oh.
and I just put the stuff in. Here, I'll show you a popsicle stick. I think I can.
Kelly, I
still
love
move it.
doing this. I'm not going to take any of
Well,
your
look,
work because I just
this is getting hard now.
I'll probably be
Very
working
cool.
with clay at school for the next few weeks.
Yeah,
But
It
maybe-
it hardens within an hour.
very cool.
Yeah.
So those are in molds right now. I'm trying some new stuff.
Cool.
The molds that I did recently are these guys.
Oh, cute.
Little unicorn. The
Oh,
only problem is when I took out the first one, I don't think it was set all the way. His arms fell off.
oh yeah, yeah. Aw.
So I think the longer I put it in, this time I actually made it a thicker. It's water in the stuff,
Yeah.
Ultra Cal.
Okay, yeah.
But you can sculpture on top. So if you want to add extra decal, you can just use like a tool, scrape on top.
Very cool.
But the details come out really good.
Nice.
You need to tell your mom that I've been using her letter opener for artwork
Everything.
and everything. It's
I will.
become like a major tool in her
I was
house.
looking at that actually earlier when we were eating dinner, and I was thinking that that's really become a pivotal part of our thing.
Yeah, and I'm not going to use it with film anymore because I started to tarnish the end by putting it in the developer
Oh,
because
interesting.
it's pewter.
That's funny.
What's the name of the song? I forgot.
I got it.
What was it?
Your song.
Oh. No, the one I want.
Thank you for showing us that, Kelly. I'm going to sing and then we're going to have a good night.
You to sing?
Okay. All right.
Good night. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions in a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is this song, and this one's for you. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is. Now you're in the world. I sat on the roof and I kicked off the moss. Well, a few of the verses, well, it got me quite cross. But the sun's been quite kind while I wrote this song. It's for people like you that keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting, but these things I do. You see, I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, the thing is, what I really mean, yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world.
What a great song for your best friend. And you are our best friends too.
Yeah.
We love you. Are you crying?
I just love everybody so much, and I love you.
You're so cute.
Love you.
I especially love you, Scott.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here, everybody.